What's up, guys? Sam here, and I'll be doing the free video for Friday, September 6th, 2024. So just finished doing the premium video a little bit early, about 3 hours before the market closes, for the folks in the central room. And we looked at the indexes, we looked at the dollar, we looked at bonds, and that was pretty much all we had to look at. And there's one signal that I saw with them that I want to point out to you that I think is pretty meaningful and pretty significant. So I'm going to give you the signal, and I'm going to give you some levels, and then I'm going to give you a strategy. We're not going to look at individual stocks this time because everything is kind of moving as one unit right now, and I think we need to focus in on what really matters, which is going to be something like the SPY or the QQQ, but we'll just choose the SPY as it's kind of the nice middle ground between all of it. So the signal that I wanted to point out, we'll just start with kind of the big signal first. You had this signal back here in November that occurred in the SPY, and you can see the alignment there, how beautiful that is. You have arrow alignment all across the board, arrow, arrow, arrow. You have the cloud is green, you're trading above the cloud, cloud green, arrow green, arrow green. Boom. That was last November. That signal has lasted all the way up until basically this week right now. Now, look what this signal lasted through. It lasted through that pullback, and it lasted through that major pullback in August. But now, it has broken, or it's broken, after just 1 week of this candle here. The chart itself is actually still bullish, but from the inside out is where the damage is starting to occur. And it's starting to occur in the most critical parts of the market. You're starting to see it in Mag 7s, you're starting to see it, or you've been seeing it in semis, and frankly you've been seeing it in Mag 7s too. And really the market's not going to run on Coca-Cola going up 2% every day, right? You need Amazon and Microsoft and Apple, Nvidia, Tesla. You need all of those kind of helping out. And aside from Tesla a little bit this week, the rest of them haven't helped out, and then the chips have been kind of in the dumps. So signal number one is right here, and that's a very important one. I would respect it. That changes the game a little bit. Over the last, I guess it's been over a year, so it's been like 14 months. And then I want to give you the levels. So the levels that I have are down here, and they're going to be from about 14 to 20. You can see how everything kind of lines up here. There's a level there, there's another level there, there's a level there, and there's another level there. You see when they all congregate, it makes for basically the low. These levels are there before the low happened. You also have the levels up here, right? And so when you understand that and you sketch it in, you're like, well, okay. You have support here at about, let's call it 14 to 20, and you have resistance there from about 60 to 65, and you're basically just trading in a box. Right? You can see it's a very big box, but it is just a giant box. Inside of that, your score is a 6, which is just nothing, essentially. So the strategy is what's next. So I gave you the major signal. If nothing else, just remember that signal there. The levels are above us and below us, right? And they're still kind of a ways away, either up or down, although somewhat equidistant at this point. Trading 540 is kind of in the middle of the box. And then lastly is the strategy. When you have these conditions, the strategy to try to buy and hold for long swing trades is not good. This is not a favorable situation for that. I think it'll be easier to do swing trades to the short side just because the signals are now favoring that. But in reality, when you have a wide trading range like this in the middle of a volatile historical month like September, and your signals are starting to get choppy, the strategy selection is really to focus back in on day trading. So focus back in on like 15-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute charts and just trade the volatility that way. Because the thing is, if you're trying to force swing trades in a market that is not trending, you're going to end up being up a little bit one day, you'll be down a lot the next day, you'll be up a little bit the next day, you'll be down a little bit, right? And so at the end of the week, if you're lucky, you're flat. You haven't made anything. And if you're unlucky, you've lost. So instead of riding that volatility, if you can say, okay, well, I don't necessarily know what's next, but I can expect some level of volatility as we trade in this box. Why don't I turn that volatility into opportunity? The way you do that is through day trading. So 3 points here just to summarize the video. 1, respect the signal change. This is the first time the signal has changed in 14 months. Very important. 2, the levels 60 to 65, and let's just call it 15 to 20. Midpoint of 540, which is exactly where we are. You have your levels, strategy selection, day trade. So that's going to be my approach. I'm not really going to be looking at stocks going into next week. I do not care about individual stocks. All I care about are internals and indexes until things align further. And then from there, if we get alignment, then I can go back to caring about individual stocks. If we don't get alignment and we remain in this kind of mixed situation, that's okay too. I will just follow the strategy that I laid out with you and look to day trade the indexes. Alright guys, that's my time. Have a great rest of your day. Drop us a like before you go somewhere else on the YouTube. Drop us a comment if you have any questions. And I'll see you for the video next Friday. Cheers.
Hey traders, this is Sam with Simpler Trading. I want to thank you for watching today's video. Hopefully you found the information in it helpful. If you did, leave us a like, leave us a comment. It really does help us out with the algorithm. And if you want to see us trade live with our own real money and be part of the community, come and check us out at simplertrading.com.